question. Budget and human resources duties are an integral part of the success and survival of the probate office. What qualifications do you have to manage this office? And what is your history of preparing a budget or your history of managing professional people working through civil service and the board system?
That's me.
I think that's Shirley.
So, first of all, I founded my law firm back in October of 2009, Millwood Law Firm out in Alexandria. Most of you probably have seen it out there. That is where I continue to practice today. For more than 14 years, I've had my own law firm. I've had employees that worked with me. I don't manage employees. I work side by side with my employees. We work as a team. I'm a team leader when I need to be a team leader. Being an effective leader is teaching your other people to be able to do things better. And so I've always worked with a team and not coming in trying to boss people around and that sort of thing. So I have the experience, both personally and professionally, to work together as a team. And being a lawyer, and especially in a lot of cases we handle, it's teamwork. It is teamwork, and we have to come together as a team to make, especially in family law when we're trying to reunite families, it takes a team, a village to get behind these people to help them be successful. And I have been part of so many teams. Also, there is a chief clerk at the probate office, and which is Ms. Rita Hurt currently. And our chief clerk handles the writing of the checks and with the oversight of the probate judge. So that is not something that a probate judge is going to be handling alone without some accountability. And the chief clerk is not going to handle that alone without some accountability.
So throughout my business experience, I, of course, was CFO and Chief Financial Officer at Lee Brass. And we had 600 employees at the time when I started there. We brought it in and out of bankruptcy, reduced the employees to 430, and made it a profitable company. We had $50 million budget. At the sheriff's office, I was jail administrator. I prepared our budgets and supervised our jail employees, and of course, the chief deputy, I had the entire sheriff's office under my management. My management philosophy is to give my employees everything they need to get their job done. They know their job better than I do. So my job is to make sure they have the resources they need to get their job done. At the probate office, there are 8 employees. They're civil service employees, and the budget there is somewhere between $800,000 to $1 million a year. I have tremendous management experience, lots of employees. I know how to put a budget together, and I will continue to do that at probate. Thank you.
So this is probably where most of my experience comes in. As far as managing the budgets, again, finance director for the city of Anniston. We manage the budget. We have multiple budgets, but if you add them all up, you're talking about probably $60 million. And I was directly responsible for that budget. Before that, I didn't step straight into that. Before that, I was actually the CFO for Community Action Agency, which is a nonprofit. I managed a budget of $11 million in that organization. While I was in the Marine Corps, I was administration, which for the Marines, they don't have HR. So your S1, your administrator, is basically the equivalent of what your HR would be. In that capacity, in my last duty station, we had 2,500 Marines and sailors. We deployed. In that deployment, we were spread across 7 locations. So part of what we did, and part of what I did, and my staff did, is we had to know where each and every one of those people were at any time. We had to handle their pay, we had to handle their awards, we had to handle all their personnel records, and my staff and I are the ones that had to do that. So I did have staff that helped, I had a great staff that helped, but ultimately I was responsible. So if anything went wrong, it was me that had to be called to the carpet. So I do have extensive experience. Furthermore, I have one of my degrees, my master's is in human resources development, or human resources management and organizational development. So not only do I have the experience in human resources, but I also have the degree in human resources to back it up. So I do believe that I probably have the most experience in those areas. Those are areas that I feel very confident and very comfortable working and would be fit for the probate office.
Since none of the candidates have ever been on the bench as a judge, would you please give